and I'm doing a demonstration talk about hatching baby chicks. The things you will need: an incubator. There are many different types of incubator. We got ours off of Amazon, and you can get yours off of online or Amazon like we did, or you can get them at most any farm supply stores. There are many different types. Hatching eggs. Hatching eggs are eggs that have been with a rooster. So your assumption is that they will be fertilized. You can get your hatching eggs. We get ours from our own, and sometimes we do it with our neighbors or our friends, or you can get them from online or hatcheries or local hatcheries. An egg turner or a pencil. An egg turner is how you can turn your eggs so then they don't adhere to one side or the other. You can purchase one, or some incubators come with one, or you can take a pencil and you can get your egg and you can mark an X on one side and an O on the other, like I did with this one. And you can manually turn them 3 or 4 times a day. Thermometer. Most incubators have one integrated into the lid or someplace to the incubator, and it's always a good idea to have another one just in case if something goes wrong. So you want to go ahead and have another one inside of your incubator. And you want to keep your temp at 99 to 99.5 degrees at all times during the incubation. Then you're going to need a hygrometer. A lot of incubators have one integrated like a thermometer inside of it. And this measures the humidity. I'll talk a little bit more on this later. Then you're going to need a flashlight or an egg handler. We have an egg handler which is meant to do this, or you can use a flashlight with a simple toilet paper tube just taped on there, and it works great. Then you're going to need to have your brooder set up. So you need a heat lamp, food, and water. And you're going to need your heat lamp to warm to 99 to 100 degrees to warm the baby chicks. Then you're going to need 21 days. This is how long the entire process takes to have a regular egg to a full-grown baby chick. Step 1, set up the incubator. So you're going to go ahead and take your incubator plug. You're just gonna plug it in, and then you want to go ahead and let it regulate to 99.5 degrees, and then you can take your egg turner if you have one and put it inside of your incubator. And then you're going to plug it in. And you want to go ahead and plug it in, and you want to fill the #1 water reservoir. So then the humidity goes to 50 to 60%. So you just fill a little hole right here. It's hard to see from over there, but you just fill it right here, and then you can have your humidity to go up to 50 to 60%. Then you're going to incubate for 7 days. When you incubate, you want to make sure that you can tend to the eggs and just watch them and watch the humidity and temp. And then in step 3, candle for fertilization. So when you candle, you want to take your egg handler or your toilet paper tube with a flashlight, and you want to set it on top, and you want to go into a dark room with no windows, and this is called candling. You get to see the process of developing chick inside. And when you candle, you should see probably this or this, and there's just dark blobs right there with a lot of veining around, and that means that you have a baby chick. If you don't, and you just have it just lights up like a light bulb, then that's no good egg, and is not fertilized. Then you're going to incubate for 11 days. So once you're done candling, you're going to put your eggs inside of your incubator again, and you're going to just set them in there. And the egg turner, or just set them in there if you don't have an egg turner. And you're going to put the lid securely back on, and you may have to fill the number 1 water reservoir if the humidity has gone below 50. And you want to make sure that the temp is 99.5 degrees. Then you're going to candle for movement for step 5. You're going to take your lid off and take your egg handler or your flashlight with toilet paper tube. You set it on there, and what you should see is moving baby chicks inside. So when you candle, you want to see this, or you want to see this right there. And you also, if you just sit really still, and they'll kind of flap their wings or they'll shift, and it's super fun to watch. And you can see there's a dark blob right there. You can see the hump. That's probably maybe the head, or maybe a leg or something. And then you're going to, once you're done candling, you're going to lock down the incubator. So you candle, after you candle, you're going to lock down the incubator. To lock down the incubator, it has to be day 18. And when you do this, you take your egg turner out, you unplug it. Take this off and unplug it. Then you're going to put your eggs on the grate of your incubator. You're just going to set them on there. It doesn't matter if they're by the wall or anything, you just set them. And then you put your lid back on, and that's how you lock down the incubator. Then you're going to step 7, incubate for 3 days. When you incubate for these 3 days, this is the shifting point. So they shift and they're getting ready to hatch. And you might have some early arrivals, but you're probably going to have to wait until hatching day. And you also need to watch the humidity, and you might have to fill the number 1 water reservoir again. And then, and the number 2, which is right over here, to get the humidity to 65 to 70%. Then you're going to go to step 8, watch them hatch. And this is probably the funnest part. You get to see little chicks just pop out, and it's super fun. And they'll start by a little pip hole, so they'll just peck, and this pip hole will eventually go into a big hole, which they'll just peck around the shell, and then they'll just push out with their legs or the head. And then you're going to be able to, once they're all dried off, which we're going to go into the next step, we're all dried off, you're going to get cute baby chicks like these. And once you have these, then you're going to move them into the brooder. And we use a small stock tank, and you want to have your food, water, and your heat lamp, and then you're going to move your baby chicks into them, and then you'll be all ready to go for your chicks. Then let's recap. Prepare your supplies. So you're going to prepare and ready your supplies. Then you're going to incubate, candle, and turn for 21 days while watching the temp, humidity, and the development of the chicks. And you're going to watch the babies hatch. Any questions?
So how long have you been hatching baby chicks?
About a year, maybe. we've been doing this, we started experimenting and asking our friends, and then we started going, and so we've done over 100 probably chicks with them, but some of them are like coyote snacks, and some of them we give them away, and sometimes we sell them. So yeah, we don't have 100 chicks, but we probably have like 22 big ones, and then we hatched 24 of these little ones just like maybe a couple weeks ago.
That's awesome. So do you know what breeds you have?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell when they're little, but we think this one. Oh, sorry. We think this one is a lavender Orpington. Stop it. And they're kind of special. They're just a rare breed. It's Lori. This is Lori, and we think this one's a barn rock. This one's probably a Rhode Island red. And we don't really know what kind of these kinds are because we don't really have those. Oh, we haven't had those before. So we'll have to figure out when they're bigger. And we just, we have some at home that are Einstein chicks. They're Polish chicks. And so their hair just is like, phew. And it's super fun to just see them just roam around with their crazy hair. So yeah.
That's awesome. I hatch chicks of my own too. And I'm a teacher, and we're getting ready to bring in the incubator, and we're gonna hatch chicks. And I was watching you do this, and I saw on your form that you're 10. So I teach 10-year-olds, and this was put together so well. And I just kept comparing you to my students and thinking how amazing it is that you are my student's age and you're able to do something like this.
Well, me and my mom are basically the only animal people. My mom is kind of the offish side, and so she'll only do chickens probably, and so she does the chickens, and I just watch her and help her. And we've built a bunch of chicken coops, and we're building one right now. And I've been just doing this with my mom and helping her and learning all of these things, and she's been learning with me. So,
that's awesome though.
Yeah, it's super fun. So we have a bunch of baby chicks, and I love to just cuddle them and hold them. So cute.
Yes, definitely. Well, I love your poster. Did you make that?
My mom has a machine that she can do with a Sharpie, and I just color them in.
You did a fantastic job with that. I love all the different colors, and it wasn't so busy that, I couldn't pay attention to what you had on the poster. You did a really good job with that, and the little chick pictures, and not only that, when you were explaining the different parts of how to incubate the chicks and all of that, you did a good job walking us through it and demonstrating. You did a fantastic job. The only thing that I would recommend is just remembering to calm down, because you were pretty calm, but there were some times where you maybe said the same thing over again, which you had a ton to memorize. I mean, you were talking for 10 minutes, so you had a ton to memorize. But just remember to calm down and remember, you know what you're talking about. I can tell that you know what you're talking about, and so be confident in that. So you did a fantastic job. I'm gonna give you a purple ribbon. Very